Okay, so this is MA 110, the final exam review, question number 13. And we're asked to find the formula for an exponential function that passes through the two given points. And the points we are given for part A is minus 5, comma 6 and point 3, comma 2. Those are the 2 points that we're given. And so the important thing to remember here is the equation for an exponential function is f of x equals ab raised to the x. Okay? And so when I have a point minus 5 comma 6, that means x is equal to minus 5 and y is equal to 6. And similarly for the point 3 comma 2, that means that x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2. So I'm going to put that information together with my exponential function. So I have 6 equals ab raised to the minus 5. And I get that from looking here. So y, which is the same as f of x, equals 6. And x is equal to negative 5. And that's what I did. I put the 6 and the negative 5. That's what I did. Okay? And then I also have the situation of 2 equals ab to the cubed. So once again, I said 2, which is y, equals ab to the x, which is 3. So now I have this system of two exponential equations, and there are lots of ways that I could solve that. I could try to figure out what those were. But one of the ways I'm going to do that is to solve each of them for a and see what I get. So 6 equals ab to the minus 5. And I'm going to solve that one for a. And how do I do that? Well, if I multiply both sides by b to the 5th, then the right-hand side will simplify, because b to the negative 5th times b to the 5th is b to the 0th, which is 1. So I'm going to have 6b to the 5th is equal to a. And then I also, for the second equation, have 2 equals ab to the cubed. And I'm going to solve that for a by multiplying both sides by b to the negative 3rd. b to the negative 3rd. Multiplying both sides by b to the negative 3rd. And when I do that, this right-hand side, b to the positive 3rd times b to the negative 3rd is b to the 0th, which is just 1. So I've got 2b to the negative 3rd is equal to a. So that means that 6b to the 5th equals 2b to the negative 3rd. So I took this top equation, a equals 6b to the 5th, a equals 6b to the 5th, and I took the bottom equation, 2b to the negative 3rd equals a, 2b to the negative 3rd equals a. Set them equal to each other. Now let's solve for b. So I divide both sides by 2, and I get 3b to the 5th equals b to the minus 3rd. That's dividing both sides by 2. And then let's see what happens. I'm going to put the b's all on the same side. So I'm going to multiply this one over here by b to the negative 5th times 3b to the 5th equals b to the negative 3rd times b to the negative 5th. So this was 3b to the 5th, 3b to the 5th. And I'm going to simplify that by multiplying by b to the negative 5th. And this was b to the negative 3rd, and this is b to the negative 3rd. But what I do to the left, I have to do to the right. Okay. So the left-hand side simplifies to 3, and the right-hand side simplifies to b to the negative 8. And how do I solve for that? Well, this is 3 over 1 equals 1 over b to the 8th. And then if I flip them both over, I get 1/3 is equal to b to the 8th. So then the 8th root of 1/3 equals b. That's what my b equals. So I have f of x equals ab to the x. That's my general form again. So f of x equals ab, but b is the 8th root of 1/3. And that whole thing is going to be raised to the x. And then from one of my points, remember I had 2 points, I'm going to pick one of them. It doesn't matter which one I choose, but I'm going to choose 3, 2 again. So that means that x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2. So I'm going to use that point again. So 2 equals a times the 8th root of 1/3 raised to the x, which is 3. And I just have to solve that thing for a. So in my calculator, I'm going to type in the 8th root, and then I'm going to raise that to the 3rd, and I get 2 equals a times 0.6623. Now, that's also exactly equal to a times 1/3 raised to the 1/8, all raised to the 3rd. So I could say 2 equals a times 0.6623 equals a to the 1/3 raised to the 3/8 would be the exact number. But we don't need the exact number. We can use a decimal approximation. And so then 2 divided by 0.6623 would equal a. So 2 divided by 0.6623 is equal to about 3.019. So my final answer then is f of x equals a, which is 3.019, times b, which is the 8th root of 1/3, all raised to the x. That is our final answer.